Well, this is just joyous. The perfect backdrop as both sides look to clear the first hurdle. Supporters here in terrific numbers. So will they be going back happy at the end of 90 minutes? This place is rocking, menacing, intimidating, almost primal, beyond description really. This is just another ordinary day though in the life of the Boca Nation. There's the whistle, and here we go. Well, now the opposition are going to have to find something pretty special to stop Lionel Messi today, aren't they, Jim?
Yeah, the man is an absolutely born winner. You just feel that with him on the pitch, anything is possible.
And what's more, he brings out the best in his teammates.
Yeah, I think he just gives them that confidence that they can overcome whatever the opposition throws at them, and he leads by example, of course, and will probably come up with something.
And here's Foden. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Tries to play it through. Now that's well seen too. Now it's Haaland. Cherki. Haaland purring through the gears. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. Oh, well played, well played. Foden. And that's really well manoeuvred. Now it's Neymar. Can he get on the end of this? No, that's been intercepted. And it's Grimaldo. Threads one in. Now it's Mbappe.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Bebeto. Now it's Haaland. Decent chance! Great effort, beautifully taken.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Messi. Messi tries making a foray down the right. Roberto Carlos. That's an imaginative pass. Foden cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Cherki. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Well, he was the one player you had to keep away from the area. Not the best way to do it, though.
Messi is behind this one. Cherki! Just off target.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Messi goes for a shot! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Messi deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Neymar takes control of it and he's on the move. Van der Ven does well to get it back. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Boca Juniors upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
And here's Haaland. Cannavaro clears it away. That's a pretty loose pass. Foden. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. And this is chance for a shot! Cleared away. Not the most accurate pass. Looking to play him in. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Takes the shot! Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Now it's Mbappe. Brilliantly cut out. Pass somewhat off target. Davids gets over and intercepts. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Grimaldo. Now Mbappe. Cherki tries to pass it. Shapes to shoot! Goal! Boca Juniors! A goal at a really telling moment. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Boca Juniors have penetrated for the first time.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Davids could try cutting inside here. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. And the half-time whistle goes. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Here we go again then.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
Now it's Haaland. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And the counter is on. Van der Ven with the clearance. It's out of play for a goal kick. Gattuso is there and he can pick it up. Rijkaard. That's a sharp pass. Now Mbappe. And it's Grimaldo. Grimaldo going full steam ahead down the left flank. Cherki. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And it's Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Flamengo still this single goal behind. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And here's Haaland. Bebeto. Davids. He's got away. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the stats are pretty telling here. It's hard to argue with the scoreline when you carry so little threat.
Nicely shaped ball. Haaland. Abbiati breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. That is ended up in no man's land. Foden. And here's Mbappe. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And that's put paid to a promising move. Oh, super find. And he's gone looking for safety. Van de Ven.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Oh, well played, well sorted out.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Gusto is there to clear. Well read, nice interception.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
And it's lofted through here. And this is Ibrahimovic. Good challenge, excellent challenge. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Oh, there's a probing ball. Time is running out here.
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick.
And he cuts out the supply. Van de Ven. Grimaldo. Now Mbappe. Cherki. And here's Messi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Messi! And one more try! Well, that has not gone well. And here's Fote. Has a shot! A real chance and a real let-off. Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Van de Ven clears. Looking for options for movement. Oh, that's fabulous. Opts to play it back. And a shot!
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
There's the shot! Vinicius Junior! Close, but time for no more. The whistle has gone. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, the way the manager has stormed down the tunnel lends itself to an almighty telling off for such a
So we're all raring to go again. In life, of course, there's so much more important than this game, and yet this game feels so important. It is crucial, imperative that the teams harbouring ambitions to go a long way come smoothly out of the blocks here, and it's all building up very nicely. It's Ibrahimovic! Goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Flamengo make the perfect start. They are already ahead. Played out to the right. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Out towards the flank. Played into the middle. Pinged towards the front line. Nicely aimed pass. Nicely spread. Now that's a lovely exchange. Knocks it out wide. It's a good run down the right. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. They've played it short. Elects to cross. Terrific header! He's scored! They're level in a trice!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
That has certainly made things interesting.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
And he's well positioned here. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Knocks it into space. And it's played in. Good read, needed to be.
Nantes really are making good use of that right-hand side. The light is very much the colour green. Look, it's the width that's providing this momentum, and they look set to further exploit. Gives the defence the decision to make, whether to go zonal or man-to-man now.
Now it's Eto'o. Thinks about the shot. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That's a good run down the left. Well timed, excellent interception. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And it's Coquelin. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Iniesta.
They'll want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Mustafa Mohamed. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. And this is Eto'o. Can he get it through? It's played through for him. Coquelin. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Iniesta. Ibrahimovic. Cleared away. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. And it's Iniesta. Crosses it in. Up he goes! Goal! Flamengo! And they're back in front. He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Flamengo get themselves into the lead. Coquelin. That's the throw. Cannavaro. Rijkaard. Iniesta. Not the most accurate pass.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Oh, cracking ball. Love Cruyff! Well, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. Coquelin. And that'll be the final action of the first half. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Flamengo are leading by 1 in a finely poised game. It's 2-1 at half-time. And we're off again. Coquelin. Mustafa Mohamed. Out to the right. Played back in. That's a good ball out wide. Crosses it in here. Cannavaro tries to clear. And it's been taken short. That is lovely. Can he finish? Oh, it's come loose. Flamengo have the chance to go the other way. Iniesta. Iniesta. And it's Ibrahimovic. Eto! Now, who's going to be first to this? Ibrahimovic tries to pass it through. Certain amount of room for debate here, but a goal kick's been given. And that is out of play. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Mustafa Mohamed. Oh, nicely intercepted. Adams. And he passes it long. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Almost an hour gone. And it's Coquelin. And that has been cut short.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Iniesta, who does have an assist to his name. Cruyff running with the ball. Shapes to shoot! Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Played out towards the right wing. Crosses it in. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Here comes another cross.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Mustafa Mohamed. Just about up to 75 minutes. Coquelin. Well read, and the danger is averted.
Nantes really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
He's picked his way through. Looking to play him in. Belletti. And it's Iniesta. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Great vision. He's in space and looking for options. And that goes for a shot!
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Turns back here, probably the best option. And it's Eto. And he's intervened well there. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Cruyff. Iniesta. Gattuso. Out to the left it goes.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation.
And there goes the final whistle. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose. Cruyff picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, this was a result that reflected the difference in team strengths. I mean, you felt that all they had to do was release their power and they were going to steamroll their opposition, which pretty much happened.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Well, here comes a crunch game. So much depends on this. Expectation and nerve. It is indeed a heady mix. Well, this must be one of the most spectacular sights in football. Stand upon stand, stacked each on top of the other, right up to the sky, in order to accommodate the vast fan base of La Boca's Docklands. So it's down to business here. Ibrahimovic completing his first century of appearances here today, and that has not gone unnoticed.
Well, that milestone might be on the back of his mind, Peter, although I'm pretty sure he'll just go about his business as usual. It's just one of the many achievements he'll go on to reach from here.
Koeman gets over and intercepts. Yamal. Ah, that's a fine interception. Gattuso. Can he get on the end of this? And reclaimed it in a trice. And he's had a hit! Oh, good effort, he got plenty on that.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
And we have our very first corner. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Bebeto. He's found a way through. Big chance! It's hit the upright. And this is Ibrahimovic.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Just eases him off the ball. Looking for a runner. That's good vision. Rijkaard makes the interception.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Takes a shot! Still goalless at the moment. Now it's Neymar. And that was nowhere near his best. Now it's Bebeto. In with the challenge. Tries to pass it through. Pele conjures time and space where few can. Kante gets across to intercept that. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Bebeto. A lot of space ahead of him.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
He gets big. Goal! Flamengo! It's the moment they all wanted. A goal in his 100th game. A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Flamengo have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
Well, that's really changed the mood in the stands, Peter. It ought to encourage more positive football, a more front-footed approach. It's got to be.
Bebeto. Spread it left. Ibrahimovic. He's had a chance! Oh, what has happened here? Chance! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
That's an imaginative pass. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And this is Bebeto. Oh, look at the space here. Koeman did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Well timed, excellent interception. Roberto Carlos. Gattuso. Ibrahimovic. To Thuram. Yamal. Nice looking ball. And no, that was never going to make it. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And it's Cruyff. And this is Pele. Madrid have got it back and they'll have another go. Oh, it's come loose. Neymar, the man we've all come to watch. Ah, good steal. He just read it.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. And here's Ibrahimovic. Koeman, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Mbappe! Ah, it's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
Yamal. Bebeto. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And there is the half-time whistle. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Flamengo are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. Here we go again then. Flamengo carrying a 1-goal lead. Cruyff. Yamal is always looking to play quality balls. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Now it's Bebeto. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Yamal. Yamal going face-to-face with his great rival. And it's Cruyff. It's anyone's ball now. And it's Davids. And the finish! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Oh, facing up. Gets his head on it! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing. Yamal! That is ended up in no... Has another go! Off the post! Just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. Thuram wins the duel this time. Now it's Mbappe. He's having a go! They want to be quick to recover. Oh, he's been caught napping! Goes down, but nothing given.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Neymar providing an outlet on that flank. It's Neymar! That carried quite a threat. And that's been won straight back. Plays a sharp little ball here. And this is Park Ji-sung. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected. It's a corner. Corner number 2 then. Bebeto, and he's hit it long. And now a sudden chance to counter. Has a look and plays it forward. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Corner number 3 coming up. And he's heaved it away. Rijkaard. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
And he's intervened well there. And it's Park Ji-sung. And he was quick to react. Pelé. Nicely aimed pass.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Lovely pass, but Pelé! And one more try! Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. It's Pelé! So close to drawing level.
Pelé is clearly gutted about that one, but he needs to shake it off and go again.
Flamengo leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin. And here's Raul. Cruyff. There's no flag.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
And here's Cruyff. This looks promising. He can get that clear. That's a pretty loose pass.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Madrid with a corner and hardly any time left on the clock. All hands on deck for this one. Park Ji-sung! Oh, that is rather wayward. And that has been cut short. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. They needed to win, and they have won. It is a triumph. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, it's pretty clear that there was a solid game plan in place for what was a very high-pressure game. I think it shows great maturity on the part of the players, and it was, for me, well-deserved and well-earned.
So many thanks to Jim. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and next to me, providing insights, will be Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, this is a guy who has pushed back the boundaries year on year. A brilliant maverick who just, Jim, seems to go on and on.
Yeah, he's simply the boss, Peter. Everyone else, including us, just a supporting cast in an act where he will always take centre stage.
In the Zlatan show, Zlatan is the only star.
I'm not arguing.
What are you making of this formation, Jim Beglin?
Well, the formation that was once the staple diet of the Italian game and still holds its place. To be honest, Peter, had I gone on to be a coach, this would have been my preferred setup. I think it can service many different approaches, and it could add numbers quite quickly at either end of the pitch. With the right talent, this can be a thriving structure.
So we're up and running. Lazaro in acres of space out wide. And he's taking no chances there. Oh, they can break here. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Knocks it out wide. Lazaro. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Gattuso. Cruyff. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Now it's Zapata. Now it's Adams. And this is Zapata. And that's really well manoeuvred. Cruyff. Now, can they get him away? Now it's Gattuso. Now the Ibrahimovic! He's missed, but not by that far. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
And this is Eto'o. It was all about the quality of the delivery, and they come away with nothing. Vlasic. No goals as yet. It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Iniesta. And Adams. And he's gone direct here. And that is a little undercooked. Cannavaro. Iniesta. And it's Ibrahimovic. Cruyff quietly revving up. That's tidy. And Cruyff! Goal! Flamengo! First blood drawn. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
A 1-0 lead established.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough, though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Now it's Adams. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Adams. And it's Iniesta. Flamengo ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Torino deciding to turn to the long ball now. That is pretty evident.
Yeah, it is clear that they've decided to take a more direct route to goal now, but, you know, they can't just continue doing this and make it predictable. And importantly, they've got to look to win the second ball. If they do that, they should get right up the pitch.
Yeah, they really should. Cruyff. Lazaro.
Flamengo can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Now it's Adams. Belletti. Rijkaard. Cruyff looking to add to his goal. Cruyff going face-to-face with his great rival. He has a look up. Great chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Has a look and plays it forward. Oh, it's a... Eto'o! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Eto'o has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Flamengo have a free kick. Cannavaro. Iniesta. Now it's Eto'o. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Flamengo have played well here and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0. There's the start of the second half.
Flamengo really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Rijkaard. It's Belletti. Now it's Adams. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Could try cutting inside here. Flashes it across. And he's there to clear it.
Was that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Now it's Lazaro. Oh, well played. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And they can counter here. Adams. Flamengo are still that goal to the good. Oh, nice touch. And it's made its way to him. Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Cruyff. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Lazaro. Cannavaro. Rijkaard. And it's Iniesta. It's Belletti. And it's Gattuso. Cross into the box. Terrific header! And he thumps it clear. Lazaro. Ashlani. Lazaro. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Iniesta. Quality ball. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Adams. That's good running with the ball. Iniesta gets a foot in here.
Torino really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need. Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope. Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
And he's been shifted off it. And he's forced to go back. Zapata is onto it in a flash. Now it's Lazaro. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Moved on forwards. Cannavaro gets it away. And it's Aslani. And here's Zapata. No foul, says the referee. Flamengo do have a chance to counter here. I think we're just about done here. The ball swung. Big chance! They've scored! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Eto'o really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
Torino making another change here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Flamengo could not have picked a better time to snatch a two-goal lead. Is there still time for a response?
Well, I think if they're going to have any...
Can he finish? Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Ashlani. And that's it. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved through the right balance of industry and inspiration. A really satisfying day's work. Eto'o taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
So many thanks to Jim. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Cramped and narrow, that's how it is in the Boca district. These vertical three-tier stands, very much a creation out of necessity, and at the same time, they are what make the Bombonera so unique. So we're up and running. Cruyff reaching 3 figures in terms of his appearances for the club.
Well, that milestone might be on the back of his mind, Peter, although I'm pretty sure he'll just go about his business as usual. It's just one of the many achievements he'll go on to reach from here.
This might spell danger. Now, what about a counter-attack? Bellingham. Played out towards the right wing. Now it's Messi. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. And here's Veron. Looking tidy in possession here. Mbappe shot a goal! Mbappe! Irrepressible! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order.
Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life just that bit too difficult for them.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Great defending, strong and determined. Batistuta. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Lovely, now then. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Shot could be on.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And it's Veron. Oh, good spread. Darren Fletcher can so cleverly bypass the press. Passing is crisp and sharp. Look at the space here. Shapes to shoot! Oh, taken with style. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. Simplicity itself.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Turns back here, probably the best option.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Opts to play it back. Gattuso. And the counter is on. Davids. Oh, super find. And Messi! Oh, that is rather wayward.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Just eases him off the ball. And it's Messi. He's in a great position here. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And this is Messi. Bellingham. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Mbappe. Can he finish? And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. And that's not going to trouble anybody. Messi. Gattuso. And they win it back again. Bellingham. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. Messi. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
That's a little off target. Nice control. Gattuso did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Darren Fletcher. And here's Batistuta. Some really good ball movement. Davids. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Cruyff. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cannavaro spots it and intercepts. Half-time getting close now. Oh, well played, well sorted out.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Now it's Mbappe. Has a look and plays it forward. And it's Messi. Bellingham. Now this... He's had a shot! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Mbappe has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Darren Fletcher. Passing is crisp and sharp. Messi. Passing nice and neat. That is a brilliant interception. Now it's Batistuta! And yet... And the referee brings the first half to a close. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Flamengo really are lucky not to be down by more, Peter. The manager's going to have to come up with something a little special to lift these players. Otherwise, this one's as good as done.
And we're off again.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
And the shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Mbappe is offering a wry smile there.
This their second corner of the game. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Mbappe. And this is Batistuta. And that has put paid to that. And Batistuta! Batistuta! Utterly brilliant! A finish of true class! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. A case now of complete control. Nicely aimed pass. And that is as far as they're going to go. Aimed beyond the defence. Messi.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Marquinhos. Veron. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Now it's Messi. It's a good spell of possession, this. Shoots! And with the goal at his mercy, a dreadful miss.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Neymar to come on, a change that had been mooted for a while.
Yeah, I think the manager might have feared his team could become a little tentative, conservative even, Peter, but this will make a nice change.
Darren Fletcher.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Neymar. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Nice sequence of passes, this. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Cannavaro gets across to intercept that. That has been slung wide. Passing is crisp and sharp. Knocks it into space. Oh, good-looking ball. Can he spark a counter here? Flamengo still have the cards to affect this game. And it's played in.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Gattuso. And he's well positioned here. No, he's had it taken off him. Cruyff! Bellingham. Veron. Neymar. Darren Fletcher. Just about up to 75 minutes. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Gattuso. Gattuso. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Great chance! They want to be quick to recover this.
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
Well, that has not gone well. Darren Fletcher. It's Bellingham. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Can he get on the end of this? And this is Neymar. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And it's Messi. Played out to the right. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And here's Veron. Good ball, good take. And how did he not make it four?
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
Corner number 3 coming up. And the keeper beats it away. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Passes short and sharp. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Puyol cuts out the pass. That's a lovely, neat pass. Passing is crisp and sharp. Veron. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Darren Fletcher. He's having a hit! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And with that, the final whistle. Flamengo cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply brushed them off. Your reflections then, Jim?
Flamengo desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, the opening day of any competition is special for everyone. A red letter day for everybody here and those of you who have joined us for our live coverage. I hope everybody is comfortably strapped in for the ride. We're sure that this will be a feast of football, irresistible, emotional, a roller coaster for everyone involved. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. That's really well cleared. Chukwuemeka. Oh, a delicate chip through. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Well, Jim, Tony Adams, of course, is the absolute colossus in defence, isn't he?
Absolutely, and we all know about his defensive prowess and his leadership, but I think a lot of people overlook his versatility and his adaptability.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's the way he's developed a more expansive front-footed game over the years. That's highly impressive.
Schlotterbeck. Nemecha. Now Fabio Silva. Fair to say, I think, a cautious start from both teams. Now it's Eto'o. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Davids. Cannavaro. And it's Cannavaro. Taken back almost at once.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Tries to pass it through. Crosses it in. Up he goes! Tries to get it clear. This time, surely!
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Thinks one through. And here's Iniesta. He was under real pressure there, and he's picked it up out wide. Cross needs to be good.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Chan. Bensebaini. Ryerson. Bensebaini. Ryerson. Nemecha. Now it's Fabio Silva. Roberto Carlos. Now it's Griezmann. Approaching the half-hour mark. And it's Griezmann. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, perfectly measured that. And he's onside. Well, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
And that has been knocked clear. Can he get it through? He slings it in. And it's hoisted clear. Borussia Dortmund are looking to go forward now. Fabio Silva. And he's been shifted off it. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Tries to play it through. Iniesta. Chance here to counter. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Out of play for a goal kick. And he skips past his man. This is good pressing. They're not short on bodies.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Chukwuemeka! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Borussia Dortmund really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Now it's Griezmann. Eto'o. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
This is the time you need that pace.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And it's half-time here. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. There's the start of the second half. So the first half brought no goals. Fabio Silva. Now it's Girassi. Distributed tidily. He is just caressing the ball. Tries the cut back. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Griezmann, very much a man of this moment. Iniesta going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, cracking ball. And this is Griezmann. And the shot! Ryerson. Chukwuemeka. Now Fabio Silva. Fabio Silva, good driving run. Brilliantly cut out. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Goalless still, neither side really getting onto the front foot. Belletti. And it's Iniesta. Griezmann. Good ball, good take. Iniesta. Oh, that's neat. Nah, he's had it taken off him. Nemecha did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Now it's Cruyff. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That's a throw. Now it's Eto'o. Now it's Iniesta. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Ryerson. Nemecha. Fired deep towards the back post. And he's quick to snatch it back. It's Chan. Schlotterbeck. Nemecha. Now Schlotterbeck. And that's really well manoeuvred. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Girassi! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And he welcomes it in. Has crossed into the middle. Cleared away. Referee's given a throw. Now it's Girassi. Belletti. And it's Cannavaro. Cannavaro. Now Davids. And it's Roberto Carlos. Ambitious ball here. Griezmann is wide and looking to get onto this. Lovely bit of skill. Referee's had a good look and given a corner. Time for a change in personnel. So, time for a potential game changer.
Yeah, I think it's time for...
Big header! Oh, split-second reaction.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Well, there's the clearance.
Flamengo really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Passing nice and neat. Eto'o, and he shoots! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. That's going to go a long way. And that has fair fizzed. Cleared without complication.
Well, the crowd's impatience is an indicator that they haven't quite given up on a goal just yet.
Just 5 minutes remaining now. Oh, smashing header! Schlotterbeck with the clearance. Griezmann. Oh, what a climb! And he has kept it out somehow.
Cruyff is offering a wry smile there.
And here's Eto'o. Adeyemi. And it's Chukwuemeka. Threads one in. Bensebaini. Nemecha. Ryerson. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Chukwuemeka. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack, and the outcome inevitable. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Julian Alvarez, Peter, is a player who I think is very intelligent with his movement. Often he plays in the number 10 position. He just drops that little bit deeper to suck defenders.
Goes for a shot! Oh, what has happened here? That's another chance! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Koke opts for safety. And it's Barrios. Simeone. Simeone unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. He's picked his way through. Molina. And Simeone. Koke. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. And it's Barrios. Out to the right. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Turns back here, probably the best option. That's a good ball out wide. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Tries a deft little ball. And that should get the job done. And it's been taken short. Very nicely done. Ball driven towards the far post. And it's hoisted clear. It's a promising position. Out towards the flank. Oh, nice touch. Look at the space here. Simeone!
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
Cannavaro. Flamengo leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Koke. Now it's Gonzalez. That's good play. And that's gone loose. And it's Cruyff. Griezmann, a player who needs no introduction. Eto'o. Oh, can he finish? It's in! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
So that's two now without reply.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Belletti. Adams. Belletti. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Hangs one in, and he's taking no chances there. Cruyff.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Alvarez. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Adams. Marquinhos. Davids. Oh, good play on the left-hand side here. Griezmann. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Barrios. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Now it's Alvarez. Good. Real chance! Another save.
Well, the keeper saved his team again here, Peter, but he needs more protection from this defence.
Alvarez with the short one. And he whips it in. Terrific header! Really well taken goal. Back to within one. Interesting. It was wonderfully efficient.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Passing nice and neat. Ah, that's a fine interception. Gonzalez. Flamengo heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. And Simeone. Oh, good spread. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. He's away! Great defending, strong and determined. Alvarez. Gonzalez. And Simeone. And it's Barrios. Goes looking wide. Pablo Barrios. No foul, says the referee. Cruyff. And that's really well manoeuvred. Simeone. Oh, he's been caught napping. Simeone. The ball goes in. And there's the end of the first half. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. And neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Flamengo head into the half-time break with a narrow lead, 2-1. And we're off again. And it's Eto. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Molina. Gonzalez. And it's Barrios. And no, that was never going to make it.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. Koke. And Pablo Barrios. Now it's Simeone. He has a look up. Caught offside that time. Now it's Griezmann. Now it's Cruyff. Belletti. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. And he gets rid in a hurry. And now they can spring out of defence. Molina. And it's Barrios. Simeone, who's set up one goal so far. It's a really well-measured ball. Chance to deliver. Almost an hour gone. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, sweet feet. Played into the box. Played it again. And he was alert to it.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Whistle's gone, that's foul.
Well, he was the one player you had to keep away from the area. Not the best way to do it, though.
Molina can get it clear. Koke. Now it's Simeone. Solot does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Koke. That has been slung wide. Pablo Barrios. Cruyff. And it's Belletti. Simeone. Alvarez. He shifted it to the flank. Pablo Barrios. Eto.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Nicely spread. Now it's Cruyff. Played into space. And it's hoisted clear. So time for change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while. He gets big! And that would have won it.
Eto really should have done better there. I just hope for his sake that he doesn't live to regret that.
Gonzalez. Plays a sharp little ball here. And it's Koke. Played it early.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Iniesta. Here's Roberto Carlos. And he's picked out the run. And this is Griezmann. Well read, and the danger is averted.
Flamengo surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Out for a throw. Iniesta. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Gonzalez. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Played out to the right. Now it's Simeone. Koke. Now the ball in. Could have here their final chance. They've played it short. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Distributed tidily. Well read, nice interception.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Gonzalez. Has crossed into the middle. And he gets rid in a hurry. And that is that. Flamengo pull through, sometimes by hook, sometimes by crook, but that needn't matter. They have the win, and that's what they needed. Griezmann picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, it's a win that came as a result of an ideal start, Peter. A high-octane start at that, and they set the tone and never really let go, as good as it can get.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Cramped and narrow, that's how it is in the Boca district. These vertical three-tier stands, very much a creation out of necessity, and at the same time they are what make the Bombonera so unique. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Oliver Kahn, a huge man with a huge presence and a big voice in the game.
And big in intensity too, such a fierce competitor. Put a foot wrong and he'll be sure to let you know about it.
Well, he just commands respect, doesn't he? Respect of everyone, teammate and opponent alike.
Yeah, and he'll be setting the highest of standards out there and he expects them to be met. No rest for that defence.
And now a sudden chance to counter. And this is Ibrahimovic. Cannavaro promptly onto that, and that is that. Engages and forces him off the ball. Ronaldinho going face-to-face with his great rival. A heavy challenge. And here's Ronaldinho, played back in. Lewis gets his head on it! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Not the most convincing of passes. Plays a sharp little ball here. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Now it's Messi. Now it's Messi. Messi looking to penetrate opposition lines. Messi. And he whips it in. Ibrahimovic! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
Well, he's clearly in one of those moods. I think even he was asking perhaps a little too much from himself then.
Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes.
Just about within shooting range. That was superb goalkeeping.
Beckham is offering a right smile there. The taker has to look for options because an aerial supply doesn't look promising here.
Absolutely there. And the shot! It's fallen kindly here. And another try. And one more try. And that has fair fizzed.
Oh, that's a cracking try. Good technique to keep it low too.
Corner number 3 coming up. Shoots! And he's done it! First blood drawn. So the first moment of real significance.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Messi. Ronaldinho, very much a man of this moment. Lovely bit of skill. Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic. And Beckham!
Flamengo really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Oh, he certainly caught him there. It's a free kick.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
He'll fancy himself from here. Looking to widen the gap even further here. Messi! Terrific save by Abbiati. Cleared without complication. And he's gone backward here. Now it's Neymar. Neymar is fouled. And that's going to be a booking. Bastoni tries the cutback. Ibrahimovic! No, couldn't quite control it.
Look, the defending wasn't too clever on that last chance. The cross had to be denied.
Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it.
Yeah, we guessed that this scenario could take place because he's up against pace.
Ronaldinho. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. And he is going into that little black book. Now that shapes to shoot! He's done very well to get to that.
Carlos actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
So their fourth corner of the game. Messi goes short. Now it's Messi. And it's Cannavaro. Puyol. Xavi Alonso. Nice sequence of passes, this. Steaming. Ronaldinho! Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And he's chosen to go back. And this is Luis Suarez. Played back. That's Cannavaro. All the way back.
Flamengo certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Oh, super ball! There's the shot! It's a goal! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Oh, the deftness of touch, received it delightfully and finished it off sumptuously.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Just eases him off the ball. And no, he's seen through all of that. And he's managed to get rid. Tries to play it through. And it's gone back to the keeper. And they've got a throw. Nedved. Nedved with the delivery. Oh, this looks sharp. Xavi Alonso. And it's Ronaldinho. Luis Suarez. Messi. And that has left him in a heap. That's a foul, no two ways about it. And here's Messi. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. He's not got that quite right. And there is the half-time whistle. Reflections on the first half?
Flamengo really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
That gets things going for the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and
Messi! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Suarez finds himself offside. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Beckham does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Passing is crisp and sharp. And here's Ronaldinho. Passes short and sharp. Roberto Carlos. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Oh, truly brave defending.
well, what can you say about that? Just about everything was stacked against him, and he still came through.
Davids.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for...
Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. And he's going to have his name taken. I do think he's feeling the effects of that tackle. Roberto Carlos is behind this one.
Well, he's very much the go-to guy. This is right up his street.
Roberto Carlos! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, he's been caught napping. Messi. Looking to play him in. That has ended up in no man's land. Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple...
Oh, that's surely a foul. Free kick. And he has taken a dim view of this, a second yellow, and that means red. The player's protesting furiously, but there's little or no sympathy from the ref. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact. Pass somewhat off target. And that's put paid to a promising move. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Looking tidy in possession here. Goes for a shot! And that was probably asking just too much.
He's never the type to turn down a challenge, is he?
Flamengo making consecutive changes here. Flamengo perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Nice control. Oh, facing up to his adversary. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Well, not the best way to deal with it, but the old threat of pace clearly made him feel a tad uncomfortable.
Beckham considers his options.
Well, we're looking at somewhere in the region of 25 to 30 yards. That won't intimidate this guy.
Decent hit from there.
We all love a trier, Peter, but the wiser choice would have been ball into box.
Puyol. Cannavaro. Roberto Carlos. Oh, played through for the wide man. He's picked his way through. Neymar plays it in. And he's cut it out. Ibrahimovic. Now Davids. And they're not going to make any further progress now. That's a shade optimistic. Moved on forwards. And it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card. Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic! Really well taken goal. Right back in the game. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
Belletti. And back to the goalkeeper. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now.
That's tidy. It's Neymar! And that would have been game, set and match.
Oh, what a stunning save. Absolutely tremendous, and he's kept his team in it.
Picked out brilliant. Can he finish? Well, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur. Beckham does really well to win the ball there. Now it's Beckham. That is a great pick out. Face to face with the keeper. Real chance! Goal! And surely that clinches it. There really is no way back now. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
Roberto Carlos charging forward down that flank. Played in deep. Terrific header! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
5 minutes to add. Denilson is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Cannavaro. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Now it's Maradona. Denilson. And that's it. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Things going pretty awry, and the outcome in the end, virtually unavoidable. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited, and deserved to be.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. So we're all back together again, fresh still in our minds, those memories, the unbelievable highs, the unforgettable lows. And as the sides return to cross swords for the first time again, we just remind ourselves of the magic of this game. This is what it does to you. It keeps bringing you back, no matter what. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Now then, this man really is a legend, perhaps the legend, a revolutionary, the father of a philosophy. He is, of course, Jim, Johan Cruyff.
We'd have no total football without him, Peter. No tiki-taka either.
One of the best of all time. Some say the best, and certainly one of the most influential.
Without a doubt, pure class.
There's the whistle, and here we go. Looking for the run, and this is Eto'o. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Mackenzie. And it's Sidibe. Here's Sidibe. And it's Sidibe. Nicely aimed pass. Another pass just keeps it ticking over.
Well, we've seen much better choices than that. That always looked like the wrong one.
Swung over. Cruyff. Really fierce, close defending. And it's Cruyff. Eto'o could try cutting inside here. And that's really well manoeuvred. Sidibe did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And this is Eto'o. That's good play. And that has been cleared. Incoming delivery. Defending of the desperate variety. Back in once more. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. And he's forced to go back. It'll be a throw-in. Can he get it through? Cruyff looking to run onto it. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Sidibe. Neither side yet able to find the net. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And this is Ibrahimovic. Knocks it into space. And the shot! Oh, that was a half-decent effort.
You can never be too safe with someone like him around. They got away with that.
Toulouse were a team looking for an outlet, and it seems, Jim, as though they've found one.
Yeah, and if that allows them to get people running at and even going beyond that...
Eto'o! Goal! Flamengo! And Flamengo take the lead. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Flamengo have taken the lead.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Cruyff has it out wide and in space. Oh, smashing header! Oh, crossbar! He's got a goal! And they're at it again in double quick time. Eto at his razor-sharp best there.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
And yes, it's him again. So that's two now without reply.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Now this could be a chance. Oh, shooting chance! Cleared away. And it's Gattuso. Flamengo have scored two quick goals here and are firmly in the driving seat. 2-0 the score. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Cresswell cuts out the pass. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Cruyff looking to be a menace in the final third. And no, he's seen through all of that. Eto. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Well, that's beautifully weighted. He's through, now is he in? And he shoots! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. And that has been cleared. And now they can spring out of defence. Cresswell. Here's Sidibe. Eto producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Sidibe. Cresswell. Gets to show off his quick feet. There's the whistle for half-time. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Flamengo clearly have plenty of cause to be happy, Peter, but they'll need to resist the temptation to just sit on the lead second half. The opposition will be doing their utmost to try and get back into this, so they have to be alert.
Flamengo are heading into the break very happy with how it's gone so far. There's the start of the second half. Mackenzie and Cresswell. Well, they're certainly pressing with purpose here. Sidibe. That's very neat. Thinks about the shot. And again, he's sorted that out terrifically.
The perfect tackle. He's been superb.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Now it's Eto'o. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Crosses it in.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Out towards the flank. Now it's Ibrahimovic. A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Eto'o showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Sidibe. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, sweet feet. He's going for goal! Off the post! Iniesta. Now it's Eto'o. And it's Gattuso. Great vision. Sidibe. Mackenzie. Here's Sidibe. And that's been drilled in. Oh, this looks sharp. And he's only too happy to take that back. Tries to play it through. Cruyff, who's set up one goal so far. Just about up to 75 minutes. Now it's Eto'o. Iniesta. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Cannavaro. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And that's gone loose. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Sidibe. Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. That's a cute ball. Toulouse can make their change now with a break in play.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Cresswell. Sidibe. And it's Sidibe. He's got away. Oh, there's a probing ball. Iniesta does really well to win the ball there. This looks promising. And we're done. Flamengo can reflect on a job really well done. Superior tactically, physically and mentally, all round the better side. It turned into a very, very smooth ride. Eto'o claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Flamengo definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. It is a truly passionate scene here. Always has been ever since this ground first opened. This unique feeling is something that has rarely changed, even through major modernisations down the years. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, this player, Gravenberg, is someone I can't decide whether he's a 6, an 8 or a 10, Peter. He basically plays all of those roles in every game. And, of course, he's the main connector between defence and midfield. But he'll be the one playing the majority of the team's progressive passes forward. He's also a really physical presence, and he must be a bit of a nightmare to play against, actually.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Now that's well seen too. Nedved. Marquinhos. Flamengo finding their passes. Played through into space. Well, that has not gone well. Nedved. Now it's Van Basten. Well timed, excellent interception. And he plays. Pele! Superb from Pele! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And Flamengo take the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Flamengo are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. No mistake! And the lead lost no time at all!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
That has certainly made things interesting.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
It's a good 35 yards out, this. And that's off target.
Ah, look, his thinking was more audacious than his attempt.
Here it is, crossed in. Aimed beyond the... It's Van Basten! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Van Basten deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Bebeto. Now it's Van Basten. Back into the middle. Aimed in towards the... Climbs up big! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Danielson in acres of space out wide. Oh, terrible. Danielson! In for the pieces! And yes, it's there! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky. It'll come your way.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Now it's Neymar. Oh, that's fabulous. Neymar. And a shot! Just off target. And we have our very first corner. Van Basten tries to clear. Chance, surely! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And now they can spring out of defence. And that could set him on his way. Oh, that's an excellent interception. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Tomori with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Tomori did incur the wrath of the referee and has earned himself a booking in the process. Tries to get it clear. Denilson is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. That ball looks a good one. Might be danger here. And the shot! It's there! And they're at it again in double quick time. That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be growing in stature with every goal.
So the lead now is 2.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
He gets a ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
Oh, great effort, but he's produced a save to match.
Bale will have to accept some flack for that. Was anyone really expecting it?
Denilson! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Oh, easy pickings there. Oh, the ball's gone astray. Kirkchu. Challenge just a bit on the firm side.
Yeah, I think if that...
Shapes to shoot! Yes! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
It's starting to look like a done deal now. And he cuts out the supply. Costa Curta. Pele. Chance here to counter. Tomori. Kukcu. Passing is crisp and sharp. Opts for safety. And the first half is done. Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Well, things just haven't quite clicked, Peter, have they? They're behind, and they deserve to be. But they've had a chance to regroup now, so we'll see how they come out at the start of the second half.
Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Now it's Bebeto. And he's running through. He's Bebeto! And he's quick to get it clear again. Neymar plays it in. And he's taking no chances there.
Flamengo clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. That has ended up in no man's land. Now it's Bebeto. Pelé. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Keeper's not concerned by that.
Carlos has totally shown his greedy streak, and the boss is not happy, I can tell you.
Costa Curta makes the interception. Now that looks a decent ball. Tries the... There's the header! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
And that's put paid to a promising move. And it's Van Basten! Oh, the keeper's equal to it.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Corner number 2 then. Van Nistelrooy! No, he didn't quite meet it right. Oh, just skips past his man.
Great feat, that.
Oh, looks like he's been taken out there. And now they can clear their lines. That'll be a throw. Bale does really well to win the ball there. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Oh, well played, well sorted out. That's a cute ball. Oh, nicely intercepted. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encourage the...
Van Basten! And it's hit the woodwork and out! So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Neymar. Vinicius Junior. And he's picked out the run. Bastoni kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Now it's Bebeto. This looks promising. Neymar. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Good ball over the top. Gattuso. Marquinhos gets across to intercept that. Knocks it back. Played back in. Into the last quarter of an hour. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Roberto Carlos. Spread it left. Flamengo do have a chance to counter here. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And that could set him on his way. Bale. Azar. Now it's Ribéry. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And he's had it nicked away. Now it's Mbappe. Bale. They've got a throw in. Oh, that's a key interception. Bebeto, who does have an assist to his name. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Bebeto. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh, shooting chance! In he goes again. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Has another go! Oh, that pass isn't the best. Takes a shot! Oh, that's a waste. Poorly directed kick from the keeper. He's given it away. Now it's Pelé. Bale. Not the most accurate pass. Gravenberg. And we're done. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise they established, but they lost momentum, they lost intensity, they lost their lead, and ultimately they lost the game. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Flamengo desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.